Yes. So this is a video of how to assemble the extruder. So this is your hot end. This is your gear that you get with the hot bolt inside there. When you first put this in there, it takes some force. The reason is that it needs to be a tight fit so that when it's turning all the time, that it doesn't start to wobble here. So, but you press it in like that, and if it's almost flush, then it's the right depth here. That's your body here. You will need to clean this up a little bit. So you just take a knife and you just take all the rims off. The rims are printed there to keep it nice and flat, so you get a nice flat object, even if there's like drafts in the room or something like that. Anyway, so it's really easy to get it off though. You just trim it off. Now there's two parts you need to break away. So I'm going to show it. It's that part right here and that part right there. Basically that's been printed for support and it's not needed now for the actual part. So you can just break it off like that. See? Here's another part like that you can break off. You just put a knife inside and you can snap it out. And then you'll see that a bearing can fit in here if you take off this rim here and you take this rim off. Then the skate bearing will fit in here. So that's what we're going to do. So you get one bearing here. I like to put the black one like that. You get one bearing here. This one I might need to brim a little bit, get the brim off a bit more, but that's going to work. 1 second. So you clean it up. You just cut it away like that. And you can add a second bearing. Might need some force. Here you go. So there's your two bearings, right? So then you have that. Now here's your clamp. Same deal here. There's a little bit of brim in here. Yeah, don't take like a Stanley knife. Just take a regular potato cutter. It's more than sharp enough, and it won't cut your hand so easily. So you just get this brim out. Anyway, all that you need are two of these slots. So let me get it out properly, like that. See, and then you get like a nice part. This will go on here. Oh yeah, for material you need 3 of these long M3s, 2 long M4s, 3 smaller M3s, 1 really small one. That really small one goes into your small gear. So you have a large gear, you have a small gear here. That small one basically goes in there. You have an M3 nut that fits in there. You're going to have to press it down. And then you have one that goes like that, and that basically clamps on your engine. But before we go doing that, we're going to start finishing this one off. Let me show you first. So you can just fit that in. What you need to do is you make sure that this hole aligns with this part of the hot bolt, so that when you put filament in it, then you can see that it's a straight line down there. But I'm getting ahead of myself. It's something we don't need to do right now. Next up, what you can do is you can attach this part right here. You do that easily, like that. You just slide that on. You get one of the 3 long ones. And you can just bolt that in. You can use just a regular screwdriver for it, like so. But it's going to take you a while. So what I like to do is just get one of these things, small ones, and I just jam it right under, like so. You don't want to go all the way through, because then this nut will be, this bolt will be in the way of the gear. So what you do is you back up a little bit once you feel it coming out. But it's just fine. Optionally, you can add a nut here to clamp it, but I don't even bother. I mean, it works fine like that, and I mean, it works perfectly like that. Now to attach your hot end. This is a hot end. It's a salvaged one I have. Normally it looks a bit pretty here, and you have like a heat carriage here. But it's the same principle. You just look at this black part. All you do, you put this in here. If there's some brims, then you just cut it away with a knife like I showed. And you have two holes here, and those two holes, you just put two large nuts in them. Same deal, you just put it in. Try to hold this a little bit straight, and then you can just bolt it in, like so. I'll do it like that. There you go. Okay, that's good enough. Don't over tighten this. Just if this is tight already, then just stop bolting. Same here. The neat thing is you can use this later on. You get your cables, and then if this is a bit longer, that's actually good because you can use a zippy tie to attach to it. You can pull it all the way through, but problem is if you put too much force on it, then you're gonna break either this part or this part. So once you feel it's getting in there and it's gripping really tight, that's tight enough. That's really tight actually. So it really gripped this part in there, so it's like really super tight. You get a piece of filament and you double check your work. How do you do that? You just stick it in the hole where you normally need to put your filament in, and you see that you can press it all the way down. So this means if I take it out, it's going all the way up to here. That means that it's properly done now. That's almost it actually. Now you need just two more gears. No, I forgot the most important part as well. These two small parts, same deal. Need to clean it up. So you need to take the brims off, like so. You get like a nice part like that. Need to do the same here. Take the brim off. Okay. Taking a little bit extra off right now. That's not necessarily. Because what is this? This is two half cylinders, and these, it's a nifty idea I had. You can use it, normally they have like a bar here. They put like a part of an M8 bolt that they cut, but this works just as good, and it's more easy to switch out. See, so you have like that, two halves, and then you can put it. What you want to do is you have the part like that. You put it straight. The cravats or where. Anyway, you're gonna put it like that. You put this like that. Close up, like so. Okay, and then you just press it down. Like so. So now you have a bearing. And that bearing can roll freely. Rolling. Okay, then we have that. I need to put this one back. And that's about it. Now there's two more gears to do. First gear, I said put it in here. Then the second gear will go like this and go into your engine. But before we do that, and the engine is just with these three small nuts, right? First we need to get this one going. What I need to do is I got a M5, a 5mm drill, and you drill this out. Why? Because there's some brims in it, and you want it to fit nicely on the motor shaft. So you got that. Now you get your motor, and it should fit on there. It's snug, but it should slide on there, like that. You can take it off again. It's actually good to do this a couple of times. Just use anything, just like a screwdriver or something like that. Go like that and get it back off. Why do I do this? To make a bit, when you do it a couple of times it becomes easier. Anyway, what you want to do is get this nut in there. You just get one of these, or like any wrench actually. and you just clamp it like that, and you just clamp that in there. There's some dust on this wrench. See, now the nut goes inside. You can just push it a bit more. Now nut is all the way. Then you have like the smallest one that you can get, so it's even smaller than these. These are for attaching the motor. This is the smallest one you have, FM3, and you can put that in, and that will actually grip on the motor shaft. So I'm just going to turn it a little bit like so. It's almost there. There you go. Then put it on. And we're not going to tighten it yet. We're just going to put it on. We're going to tighten it later. Why? Because we need to have the small gear aligned with the big gear and have the filament go down in a straight line. So what you want to do now is just attach the motor. You put this nut on the outside, like so, and then there's 3 screws you need to put here. 1, 2, 3. Do that. Okay. So attach the motor. Oh yeah, another thing, you want the leads of the motor, you want them to the outside. So you put them like so. So the leads are like here. It's, later on it will be easier to attach the other stuff. Do it that way. Okay, so I'm just going to take 2 here and get my screwdriver in this. Okay. Kind of hard to find the hole. Once you get it, you don't tighten it all the way, you just tighten it a little bit, and then you do the second one. You need to wiggle around a little bit until it finds the hole. Okay, 2 is already enough. There's a third one as well you can use. A lot of times I just don't even bother with the third one, but I'm going to do it now anyway. And the cool thing is, this part, those things, you can actually press, you can further tighten this, and it will go all the way in. See, like so. And then it will be almost flat here. Same deal here. Just tighten until it goes in, like so. And the same thing here. Just tighten it so it goes all the way, so it becomes flush. That's enough. See, now it's nice and flush. Well, almost flush. Doesn't matter, a little millimeter. Anyway, so now you have a problem because you need to do this gear and it doesn't fit, right? So what you do then, just press this out again. Take it out. Hold the gear where it's supposed to be. You'll see. Okay, that's good. And then you put in the bolt, like so. Okay. That's it. Now we need to tighten this one, but you'll see there's no slack here. There's a tiny little bit of slack. What you can do is then loosen this, but it's so fine. Just a little bit like that's okay. Okay, and then you put your bearing on the other side here, back. Then you need 2 M8 nuts. So, 2 of these. That's all you need. And you just put them on here. Actually, the first print, or one of your first prints, will be, I'm just going to put one for now. First what you want to do is see what's happened here. This is not aligned, so we need to tighten this nut until this aligns completely and becomes one line. Hope it's clear on the camera. So you have the hole. See, you have the hole where the filament goes. What you want is that the filament aligns with the part where the hot bolt grips it. Okay, so how do you do that? You just press this bolt more down, and you do that by tightening it. Just get one of these, and just tighten it until the bolt goes where you want it to be. So just tighten it a little bit more and then loosen it up again. So this thing can move freely. Okay, that looks good. That looks all good. Now you can tighten this screw. Tighten it really tight. Not too tight because you might break something. See, that was already a little bit too tight. That's okay. So that's it. So there you go. Should turn freely. Try it, and it turns all the way around. Yeah, sometimes the motor grips. That's when the leads touch each other, and then you feel some resistance from the motor. See, that's the clicking sound. But what you want is that it should be able to move all the way around and not skip any teeth. So that looks almost pretty much, yeah, good, I guess. Should this be too loose, then you can just loosen these screws. See, you can loosen like here, and you can turn the engine. You just turn it or press it down, and then the gear comes closer. I think that's about it, right? Yeah, that's about it. Oh yeah, and then you can add the second nut. What you do is you basically use two nuts, and then you go like that, and that keeps them tight enough. One of your first prints can be, there's like that plastic nut that you can print, and it's a long nut, and it goes all the way from here to here, and then you just take these two off, and then you put like a black plastic one. That's what I did on my printer. The advantage being that it's, you know, after vibrations, when this goes a lot like this, then this one can come loose. But it doesn't really, it will still print, still work. So you can just print one of the plastic nuts and just put on one plastic nut, then it's fine. I guess that's about it. It's really easy. Oh yeah, okay. And then attaching your, what you want to do is you want to attach it to your X platform. I mean your X carriage. That's what they call it. I do mine crooked. Why? Because I want the engine to be in the center of the bars. You can put it straight too. I mean, there's holes for putting it straight. So that would be if you put it straight. But then you'll see the weight. It will be more like this, and it won't be centered. And if you put it like that, then the weight will be centered on the two bars of the X carriage. So, oh yeah, and that's really simple also. I forgot one more important part, by the way. To do that, you just get two small M4 nuts, these two actually, and you just put it in like that, this one like that, and you can put this part on here, like so. So now you have a little bit of tricky part here. That's getting that nut under the engine. Alternatively, you can do this before you do the engine. The thing is, you have to get this nut in there, but I can do it. I've done it before. It's just, yeah, like that. See, I got it to be like that, almost aligned. And then you can get a knife or something, or just keep it almost straight. Ah, I messed it up. I got it first try, and then I messed it up. So, you get that in there, and then you just, what you do is you take your screwdriver, and you just start turning and wiggling it until it actually catches. So I turn it out a little bit, then I press on this. See, now the nut is in there. That's in there, and now you can just now you can just tighten it like so. Okay, so you want this pretty tight, but again, don't over tighten, because you can easily break parts when you tighten steel nuts into plastic parts. But you want it to, so that it doesn't wiggle. That's basically, see, you're just tightening it like that. That's about good. So if it doesn't wiggle, it's tight enough. That's basically the rule of thumb. Yeah, There's one more thing I forgot to mention. That's the bird nose. The bird nose. That's pretty easy actually. You just have this thing and this thing. And what this will do, this will be able to quickly release your, when you turn this, it's tight. When you turn it like that, it's loose, and you can lift it up. And that goes right here. That goes here, 2 nuts. So let's do it. So we're going to put 2 nuts in here, 2 M4 nuts like that. So these are the long M4 nuts. You need those. Okay. So again, same principle. You need to get this thing in here. So like that, and you press it down. You might have to press it down a little bit harder. See, and then you press it down like that. So it's in there. Okay. Then you have the second one. Do the same thing. Get it like that. Press it down. Like so. Okay. Yeah. And then it's just a matter of taking this one, this part, and this part. What you want to do is have this like so. So with the straight part here and the round part here. Then you see, you put the bird nose up, then it's the loose, and when you put it down, it will be tight. So you put the bird nose up, and M4 nut in here. And you stick this whole thing down there. I lost my bird nose. So again, bird nose goes like so. Put the other one in there, like so. This is actually not turning because I need a flat screwdriver. So you need a flat screwdriver for it, or a big one, bigger one. Not a flat one, fine. And you just tighten this in there. La 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 la. Same here. Yeah, might need to take it out. Catches the thread. Oh, now it's got it. That's good. So what you see, now it's clamping already. So we want it level, of course, so I tightened this one a bit too much. Like so, that's horizontal, right? So you get that, and then you can do like this, and then you can lift these up, like so, and then you can open it. So it's a quick release mod. So like that, to tighten it again, go like that. That's all. Then yeah, when you put your filament in, all you do is you open this up. You can move it up, move this away. Put your filament in there. See the hole right here. Put it into the hole. You need to put it all the way in. That you need to make sure it goes in there. Should this not go in or get stuck or something, you can always take a long M3, drill it. You need to take this bolt out, get a drill like this, but a 3mm one, long one, and just drill it out all the way to here. Sometimes you have to do that. Most of the times you don't need to do it. Anyway, then you got your bird nose right here. See, now it's already a bit too tight. You don't want to have much tension on this, just a little bit. See, so I loosen it up again. Way too tight. You have to be able to turn it. Basically what you want to do is you just want this, to grip, like so, and filament can go out. When you turn this, you will feel it here. You'll feel it moving. See? When you turn it here, you'll see this moving. You can feel it moving when you turn it. That's good. That's tight enough. And then you can, it's the nice thing about it, you can open it really easily. Just go like that, and you can open this up, and you can pull your filament out. So that's the cool thing about that part. Okay, so that's it. That's finished carriage. Looks like so. Now for the wiring later on, so you need to attach 4 wires. Just solder 2 small leads here and 2 bigger ones here. Normally you have an extruder with a heat carriage in it, and then the cable is already there, and you just put the cable here through here, and then you can use a zippy tie to tie the cable here to this part so that it doesn't wiggle when the carriage is moving around, that your cables are nice and neat. And you zippy tie it here, and then the second time you zippy tie it here. So you have your cables here and they come here and you zippy tie that. Then you extend these all the way to where they need to go, to your sanguine logo pedal. That's basically it. Then put some zippy ties on that, and then that's your carriage with the extruder.